Hi everyone, welcome to today's trade of the day. And for today's trade of the day, I will be looking at Euro USD. Now, why I chose this pair is very simply because later on, in a few hours' time, we actually have quite a number of high impact Euro news and USD related news coming up. Things like the GDP, things like ECB's monetary policy meeting, and even US initial job claims and FOMC members speaking. Right, so with that, let's go down to looking at our chart of the day, Euro USD, and we start off with the daily. Now, interestingly, the daily seems to be on a downtrend, okay? And how far low will it go? Seems like this sort of this level over here. All right, just by eyeballing in closing prices. Okay, so let's just change it back to candlesticks. All right, so candlesticks, this is what I see. Okay, on the daily, we can actually connect that there is sort of a downtrend, right? And price could very well push lower. And how low? Of course, price will have to break this graphical low first. Okay, but there's still a bit of space. So with all this space, what we can actually do is we can go down to the lower time frame. Okay, and look for intraday trading opportunities. So now we're on the 4 hours. Let me just zoom in and focus on this area. And tidy up the charts as well. Okay, so on the 4 hours, we actually see that price has made this big push, this zigzag pattern. That's one. Secondly, price has gone all the way up and looks for a retrace, right? So we can use Fibonacci extension first. And we see that this level, the daily support, is actually quite close to the 61.8 extension, right? And secondly, we can use retracement. And we can see that price has already surpassed the 50 and looks set to be going lower, right? So with that, we know that this daily support area is actually quite a key support area. All right, so now that we know that price, or we know with greater certainty price is going to make a push down, the thing left to do is to find our entry and our stop loss. Okay, on the 4 hours, it seems a bit hard. Okay, so let's go down to the 1 hour. Now here we have on the 1 hour, right? I can remove this descending trend line. You guys already know that it's in a downward trend. Now we see that price has actually made a sort of a push down. Okay, so we want to take this last movement, 0.1 to 0.2, and we use a retracement. Okay, we see a negative 27 actually also lining up in line with the 61.8 extension. Okay, so let's open our Fibonacci ratios first and look for graphical levels. Okay, there seems to be a nice graphical level in this area, right? Especially this area, which is quite close to the 23.6, in between the 23 and the 38. Okay, so I'll actually possibly use this, okay, as a resistance. All right, and let me just highlight, okay, 23.6 and negative 27.2. All right, so I can safely say that I believe price should make a push down, okay, below this resistance level towards the daily support anywhere in this area, right? Anywhere in this area, okay? However, we know that price likes to come back to test the 23. So what I like to do is to use this as my sell entry. Okay, so I'll wait for a pullback. I'll wait for price to do a pullback first. Let me just remove all these squiggly lines. Okay, I'll actually wait for price to do a small pullback and then go short, right? It looks like the pullback is in progress now. Okay, and as for the stop loss, remember, the stop loss is always the place where we want to be proven wrong, right? We want to know for sure that our directional bias is wrong. So in order for the stop loss to be valid, okay, let's go down to the 30 minutes and just see whether there's any graphical levels that we can see for the stop loss. Now there isn't any clear graphical level, so I'll just go back to the 1 hour. The next level that I can see is somewhere over here, right? Where it's actually a resistance, turn support, And price came back down, tested it as a resistance again. Okay, so I'll just put it there, okay, and use this as a stop loss. Sorry. Okay, so that is the level that I believe when price actually goes above it, all right, my bearish idea is invalidated. Now, let's see whether any Fibonacci ratio falls in line with the stop loss. I'm thinking of 50%. Okay, the 50% is quite close, so I can leave the 50% over there as well. All right, so this is really the trade of the day that we have. Okay, let me just change this daily support to I'll take profit. Okay, so this is the trade of the day we have. Last thing I want to do is really to confirm with indicators. And we can see that MACD is below zero, showing bearish momentum, and price is below 21-day moving average, 21 period moving average as well, and it holds nicely in trend. So definitely price is bearish. Okay, so with that, this is the trade of the day. We're just waiting for the news. The news could very easily push back up, trigger our sell entry, and then resume on its actual path, right? Because they always say that news already priced in what's going on in the markets. Right, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.